Hello, good morning. Today I am discussing about minimum complementary energy theorem. Myself, Mr. Dibyendu Mondal, Assistant Professor of Mechanical Engineering Department of Greater Kolkata College of Engineering and Management. Today I am discussing about minimum complementary energy theorem. Okay. Minimum complementary energy theorem. First one, consider the following problem. A beam rests on 5 rigid posts as shown in the figure. A set of loads P6, P7, P8 and P9 parallel to each other is applied. Find the reaction at the post. The problem can be solved as follows. First one, we remove the post at point 1 and 2. Okay, 1, 2 and 3. Second diagram, here remove the post. Apply the reaction P1, P2 and P3 as external loads. This result in a statically determinate problem from which the reaction P4 and P5 can be expressed as a function of P1, P2 and P3 and P6 to P9. From the known influence functions of the beam deflection, we can write down the deflection U1, U2, U3 at the center post in terms of P1 to P9. But the condition at the post are U1 equal to U2 equal to U3, that is equal to 0. Hence, three equations are obtained from which the three unknowns P1, P2 and P3 can be determined. The method just described is called the method of consistent deformation. It is used very often. However, we shall now take a new point of view to formulate different methods of solution. First one, we begin by saying the problem presented the figure is to find the forces and deflection in the beam under the forces specified at point 6 to 9. Okay, specified at point 6 to 9 and the deflection specified at point 1 to 5. Okay, now our attention shall be limited to the set of points 1, 2, 3, 4 up to 9 on the beam. The set of forces P1, P2, P3 ... Pn acting at this point and the corresponding displacement U1, U2, U3 ... Un in the direction of these forces. Okay, direction of these forces. Now we begin by saying the problem in the figure to find the forces and deflection in the beam under the process specified at point 6 to 9. Okay, next one, this one SU, that is the point 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 at which the deflections are specified, and Sn, the points 6, 7, 8, 9 at which forces are specified. Let us now consider the equations of equilibrium. I equal to 1 to 9, pi equal to 0. Okay. Actually, we shall speak of specified condition as boundary condition. Thus, the boundary conditions on forces are prescribed on S1. Those on displacement are prescribed on Sn. Here, I equal to 1 to 9, that is the pi equal to 0. I equal to 1 to 9 xi pi, that is equal to 0. Okay, xi pi, that is equal to 0. Where xi is the moment arm of pi about a point in the plane of the beam. Since P6 to P0 are known, so for 5 unknown P1 to P5, it is apparent that these equations can be satisfied by an arbitrary set of forces P1, P2 and P3. In other words, if we consider the equations of equilibrium alone, we have a triply infinite number of solutions. Now, among these solutions, there is exactly one that will also satisfy the conditions of consistent deformation. How can we characterize this one particular solution to separate it from the infinite number of possible solutions? The answer is given the minimum complementary energy theorem. Okay, minimum complementary energy theorem. Here, minimum complementary energy theorem, the theorem states among all sets of forces that satisfy the equations of equilibrium and the boundary condition, the actual boundary condition where forces are prescribed, the actual one that keeps linear elastic solid continuous and compatible with all prescribed surface displacement is distinguished by the minimum value of the complementary energy. Okay, so this is the complementary energy theorem, minimum complementary energy theorem. Okay, so according to the theorem, V star that is equal U minus Ui pi. Okay, where U is the strain energy in the body expressed in terms of loads, Pi, where flexibility influence coefficient Cij, that is equal to Cji. Okay, flexibility. So U is the strain energy. So U equal to half of summation Cij Pi Pj. So the second term in equation represent the potential energy of the loads. The summation of Ui and Pi needs to include only those points where the displacement Ui are prescribed. A fact indicated by the notation in the example illustrated in the figure. Ui equal to 0, Su, and the complementary energy is equal to the strain energy. First one, we first show that how you prove. We first show that if the set of forces Pi satisfies the equations of equilibrium and minimizes V star, the solutions will be compatible with the specific relationship specified displacements over SN. Let Pi be the actual solution. All other solutions that satisfy the conditions of equilibrium can be written as Pi plus alpha dot delta Pi, where alpha is the numerical factor and delta Pi is a set of arbitrary load satisfying the conditions of equilibrium and the boundary conditions. The set delta Pi must vanish on the sets of points Sp where the loads are prescribed. Such a set of delta Pi is said to be admissible. The value of the complementary energy, that is the V star Pi plus delta alpha delta Pi equal half I equal to 1 to n, j equal to 1 to n, Cij Pi plus alpha delta Pi, Pj plus alpha delta Pj minus Ui Pi plus alpha delta Pi, summation of. Here V star be minimized with respect to arbitrary alpha delta Pi. Okay, V star be minimized with respect to alpha delta Pi. It is also minimized with respect to the numerical factor alpha for any specific set delta Pi. But V star in equation 4 is quadratic function in the variable alpha. It can be exhibited as V star alpha. The conditions for V star alpha to be minimum at alpha equal to 0 is that its first derivative vanishes at alpha equal to 0. Carrying out this differentiation, we have delta V star alpha divided by delta alpha equal to 0 equal I equal to 1 to n, j equal to 1 to n, Cij Pi Pj minus Ui delta Pi equal 0. If delta Pi were independently arbitrary, every coefficient of delta Pi in the equation above must vanish and we would obtain the desired result at once. However, delta Pi are subjected to the condition of admissibility. Okay. Delta Pi equal to 0, I equal to 1 to n, delta Pi equal to 0, I equal to 1 to n, xi delta Pi equal to 0 and delta Pi equal to 0 over Sp. Since both 5 and 6 must be satisfied by delta Pi, it is necessary that Cij Pj minus Ui plus lambda plus mu xi equal to 0, where lambda and mu are the constant Lagrangian multipliers. It is clear that displacement field represented by lambda mu xi is a rigid body motion. Since Pi equal to 0 implies Ui equal to 0, in our problem we must have lambda equal to mu equal to 0. So this equation becomes exactly the equation for consistent deformation at the points where displacements are specified. Hence, the minimal principles leads to the correct solution. Conversely, We shall show that if Pi satisfies all conditions of equilibrium and is compatible with the specified displacement over SU, then V star is a minimum. We begin by considering the complementary virtual work I equal to 1 to n ui delta pi done by a set of small admissible variations. We obtain at once by Hooke's law according to Hooke's law u equal to 1, I equal to 1, ui delta pi, I equal to 1, j equal to 1 to n, Cij delta pi. So therefore, let us give the last term a different expression. Consider the strain energy u pi given by equation 3 and the differences. U pi plus delta pi minus u pi I equal to 1 to j Cij pj delta pi plus half ij Cij delta pi delta pj. The last term is small quantity of the second order. If delta pi are infinitesimal and can be neglected in comparison with the first when the last term is neglected. So we shall write the difference above delta u. Similarly, since delta pi is 0 over sp, we write the equation ui delta pi equal to this one, ui pi delta pi minus sn summation sn ui pi, that is equal delta su ui pi. So delta equal to ui pi delta u, transporting term. So delta v star, that is equal to 0. So with this is the variational principle, the interpretation of which leads to the italicized theorem quoted above. It remains to show V star pi actually is a minimum for the actual solution. This is easily done by computing the difference V star. Okay, V star pi delta pi, okay, minus V star pi. So this equation is written V star pi plus delta pi minus V star pi equal to half of I equal to 1 to n, j equal to 1 to n half Cij delta pi delta pj greater than equal to 0. So this is our final expression. Finally, the last quantity is positive definite if the body is stable, and V star pi is truly minimum. Okay, V star pi, that is truly minimum. So this is the discussion, okay, about the minimum complementary energy theorem. Okay. So thank you. This is the lecture of this topic. It is uploaded in YouTube. If you have any doubt, you may contact anytime. Okay, thank you. Okay. Last, if you like my video, you have to subscribe. Okay, thank you.